Hello kids, it's me again, back with another video about a certain somebody who has been getting on the internet's last nerve these past couple of months, and that person is Lillee Jean. Specifically today, I'm going to be talking about all of the lies, well not all of them, I'm going to be scratching the surface of all of the lies and falsehoods that Miss Lillee Jean Trueman has put out on the internet over the years that she's been here. I'm not going to be showing any pictures or videos of Lillee Jean or any of her content because she has a fun hobby, which is copyright striking people who use any of her content, illegally, might I add. If I would be using any of her content, I would be doing it in a way that's under fair use. I'm not going to be doing that. Unfortunately, I will be giving sources down in the description, but let's just get into it, shall we? Some of you probably already know who Lillee Jean is, but some of you might not know who she is. So for that information, let's just get it straight from the horse's mouth. Her website. Lillee Jean, born Lillee Jean Trueman, is a model, makeup artist, beauty blogger, environmentalist, and anti-bullying advocate born in Yonkers, New York. At the tender age of 3 years old, Lillee Jean was already using a laptop and researching items on the internet. By 7 years old, her many interests had already come to light and included painting and drawing, sculpting, and early photography. Now, putting aside the fact that a 3-year-old, who probably can't even read yet, is using the internet and researching items, I don't even know what that means, that's so vague. She has more on her website as far as her bio goes, but I'm not going to read all of it because it's really long. That's who she says she is. Now, is she a model? There are images of her on Instagram modeling. Is she a makeup artist? A working makeup artist? Probably not. Is she a beauty blogger? She has a blog, so I guess technically yes. Environmentalist? I've seen literally nothing about this girl and like environmentalism, so I don't know. An anti-bullying advocate is really just a cover for her doing all of the terrible things that she's done. And, well, she is from New York. That is true. And yeah, she is an artist. I'm not going to be going into her art here, most because I don't really care that much. Her art is okay, it's meh. It's fine, you know? And I should also point out that the bio on her website is riddled with grammatical errors. I read the whole thing before recording this, and it's a lot. I can only infer that it was either written by her or her mom, who is also her manager. So, a little bit more about her. She is a homeschooled only child, which, given the actions that she's had and her weird relationship with her mom isn't weird, but just the weird dynamic that they have going on. I'm not surprised by that one bit. Listen, I lived with a homeschooled only child my first year of college who also had a weird relationship with their mom, and let me tell you, it wasn't fun. So I can infer based on that information exactly what kind of person Lillee Jean is, and honestly, I'm not surprised. She was only homeschooled from 11th to 12th grade, but still, it counts, okay? Also, when I say that, I'm not trying to dunk on every homeschooled person. I know a lot of homeschooled people, or people who are formerly homeschooled, and most of them are well-adjusted adults, but a lot of them aren't. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, her mom is her manager, and when I read through all of this stuff, when I say, you know, the many lies of Lillee Jean, it's mostly the many lies of Lillee Jean and her mother, Laur Trueman. You know, her mom is just as instrumental in all of this weirdness as she is. And honestly, she might be the person behind all of it. She probably is, considering she is her manager. And she's also about 19 years old. She's born in 2001. I think her birthday is like in April or something, so she might not quite be 20. All that's to say is she's an adult. She should know better. But given the fact that she is an only child and, you know, has this weird relationship with her mom, she apparently doesn't know better. So let's get into all the things that she has faked. She is firstly and foremostly a fake beauty influencer / model. So she has over 1 million followers on Instagram, and it's highly speculated that most of them are bots. Her engagement is like so low for someone who allegedly has 1 million real followers. Now, of course, on Instagram, you're gonna have a few fake followers here and there, you know, there are tons of bot accounts on there, but most of her followers are bots. And now I'm wondering, like, 1 million followers, that's kind of a lot. I'm wondering how much she spent to get 1 million fake followers. Lillee Jean does have a few actual fans, but most of them aren't real. And because she has 1 million followers, she gets a surprising amount of legit brand deals, because one thing about Instagram and Instagram influencer brand deals and all of that thing is that brands are really easy to fool. You know, I've been watching this guy on YouTube. His name is Edvasion. He's created more than one fake K-pop idol persona on Instagram, and one of them even got like an actual brand deal. The company knew what was going on, but the fact that that was actually able to happen in the first place should let you know that any old John off the street could get a brand deal on Instagram. So that doesn't really mean much. But it also means that she's profiting off of the lies that she's telling. There's this whole kerfuffle with a fake CoverGirl billboard thing in Times Square. It wasn't quite fake, it was just misrepresented. There was some kind of ad campaign that CoverGirl was doing. It was like a contest. You would submit your picture and they would put it on CoverGirl. And what Miss Lillee Jean and Laur did was make it seem like they had some kind of collaboration or were employed by CoverGirl to do that billboard, sort of, I guess, legitimizing her modeling career, but really it was just a contest, and it wasn't like, she wasn't a CoverGirl, you know? There was also the fake lipstick collab with Bite Beauty. So Bite Beauty has, or they used to, I don't know if they still do, you know, pandemic things, but they had a kind of pop-up shop where you could go and you can make your own lipstick and like put your name on it and like, oh look, I have a lipstick shade with my name on it. It's really cute, it's fun, it's fresh. Lillee did this and made it seem like she had an actual collab with Bite Beauty. Like, you know, she had a lipstick in her name that they sold on their website, which they don't. They don't have any kind of collab with Bite Beauty. And she never did. Then there's the Met Gala picture. That one's more funny than anything, because what she did, or what her mom did, or either of them, her mom likes to say that it was a fan who did it, but I highly doubt it. She took a picture of Lillee in like this really nice, expensive looking dress and photoshopped it on top of Katy Perry's picture during the Met Gala. And you can tell it's Katy Perry's because you can still see the chandelier part of like her costume. It's still in the picture. So like, it's not even good Photoshop. I don't know how. I'm assuming it's somewhat related to her getting a bunch of brand deals, but she managed to grift her way into a French magazine called MOAB magazine. And I've watched quite a few videos about Lillee Jean, mostly in like the last year or so. There hasn't been many new videos about her except for the ones that I'll get to. She managed to get her way into a French magazine called MOAB magazine, and at first I thought it was fake because I went on MOAB's Instagram page and it's a real magazine, and all of their pictures that are on there are very professional, very polished, very like, you know, real magazine pictures with like, you know, highly airbrushed models and all of that. But Lillee's picture that she claimed was in MOAB magazine was just her in a blue dress in front of a window, clearly in her house, you know, not quite up to par. It wasn't shot in a studio or anything like that. The only real evidence that exists for that, because it's not on MOAB's Instagram at all, like the picture of her isn't on that Instagram. I looked, it wasn't there. I had to scroll back a little far because it's from October of last year. The only evidence of it is all of the images that are supposedly in the magazine and the article from the magazine, which can be found on Lillee Jean's website, which, given that she is a known liar, we can't really trust that. And the only other evidence that was given was a link to purchase the magazine itself, like a physical copy or a digital copy. It was like $24, so I wasn't gonna do that. But when you go to the page to buy the magazine, there's like a preview that you can look at. Where you can look at like the cover and like the first couple of pages, and it doesn't show you everything, but I did scroll through the preview and it shows you the back cover, and sure enough, on the back cover of this professional French website is our favorite grifter, Lillee Jean, in that blue dress in front of the window. I have no idea how she managed that. I don't know how she managed that. And honestly, maybe I should buy the magazine itself just to look through it and make sure it's real, but I really don't want to. She managed to get her way into that French magazine. I mean, hey, it's in France. They probably don't really know about her that much, just that she has like 1 million Instagram followers, and that's probably all they looked at. You would think, I don't know, man, you would think they would have more checks and balances there. She was in another fashion magazine called Fashion Haunts magazine, which is not a major publication. It seems to be more like an indie, maybe small town type of thing. where they gave her a little spread. It was fine, it was whatever. But again, she grifted her way into that. She has an IMDb page, and I have seen conflicting reports on whether or not she claims that she's an actress. She hasn't acted in anything. Her IMDb page is just her bio and some pictures. And normally, IMDb pages are reserved for people who either work in the entertainment industry or have been in films and television, short films. Even YouTube stuff is on there sometimes, like some people's YouTube series can be found on IMDb, but there is nothing there for her. So what I'm speculating that she did that for is because IMDb shows up very high in search results. I believe her IMDb page is like the first result when you search her name, which is why maybe that whole thing was created just to drown out all of the results about her being a grifter. That's a potential. I'm not really sure though. Also, we have to talk about Philippe. So for the longest time, Lillee Jean was claiming that she had a boyfriend who was a French diplomat named Philippe, who she called Phoebe. How nice. But the thing is, he doesn't exist, right? She has no boyfriend named Philippe who is a French diplomat. There is a French diplomat named Philippe, right? But he's super old, and he's also already married, so that's not the Philippe that we're looking for. Her going story is that she met this guy, he was a family friend, there's like a 9-year age gap between them, which if this was true, that would mean that this French diplomat Philippe would have been grooming her. That would have been the reason that they were together, considering there's a 9-year age gap and he met her when she was a minor. So, you know, thankfully it's not true. I don't know why you would lie about getting groomed. This one I think is the most confusing to me because, you know, lying about your career, that gets you places. You know, she's gotten brand deals, she's gotten in legit magazines, she's gotten money and success from this. But lying about having a boyfriend who may or may not have groomed you when you were a kid, that just seems not smart. I don't know why you do that. Lying about having a boyfriend, period, sure. People do that, you know, you don't know my boyfriend, he goes to another school, that kind of thing, but I don't know why she would lie about that. That is so odd, strange, and weird to me. I'm glad it's false. I'm glad she didn't actually get groomed, but it's just so odd and weird. Now we have come upon the Tumblr account. There is a Tumblr account. It's called LilleeJeanTruth.tumblr.com, and I'm going to assume this is made by Lillee Jean's mom. It doesn't say it anywhere, but it strangely switches between third and first person. It does have some statements that are in the first person, meaning that, you know, these are events that have happened to me or to us, referring to Laur and or Lillee. It isn't stated outright, but basically what this entire blog is it's a archive of sorts saying that, you know, oh, all of these people are stalking me and Lillee and they're telling lies. And I don't think that's the case. I mean, some of this stuff, you know, it's clear damage control. It's a bunch of screenshots of dubious validity. I don't know how much of this stuff is true or real. There's an entire full story on this. I wish I could go through it all, but it's really long, and we just don't have the time here. For example, we have the Bite Beauty thing, the CoverGirl thing, the fake followers, the Met Gala thing, and the fake fan pages thing, which we kind of know for a more or less fact that they are fake. Apparently they're claiming somebody else made these fan accounts to make them look bad. It just doesn't make any sense. Going off of the archive for this blog, they have, whoever's running this blog has updated this year. In fact, there's one from the 9th. There's an entire blog run by Lillee's mom trying to claim that everything everyone is saying is false is not actually false. It's really flimsy. I mean, there's not a whole lot of evidence other than their word. And as we have learned, their word is worth nothing. So we can't take anything that's on this blog seriously. Also, there's a mention of a number of hate accounts that are made by various people. And given that, you know, there are several fan pages that were made by Lillee and her mom, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that these hate accounts are actually made by Lillee and her mom to make them seem like the victim, even though they are not the victim in really anything that has gone on. I haven't really gone over her mom's legal tactics. She loves to threaten lawsuits on people, frivolously most of the time, and she's also just generally really aggressive on social media. It's really mostly her mom being the aggressor in these things. Sometimes Lillee will clap back at people, but most of the time her mom will be the one going after folks. They're also, mainly Lillee's mom, claims they're being stalked by a content creator named Diane Awesomelaser. I believe Diane was one of the first people to make a video about Lillee Jean and the fact that she's faked most of her career. After being called out like that, they probably didn't like the fact that they have been exposed, so now they're claiming that they're being stalked by Diane. They aren't being stalked by Diane. If anything, they're being super aggressive against this one content creator who's just trying to expose the truth. So some other transgressions by them. They doxed a small content creator called Tater Tatiana for doing a number of videos about them. They showed her full name in a legal document on a live stream, I believe. Tater Tatiana put out a video about this recently, which is honestly what caused me to make this video, just to expose all the things that they've done. You know, some people on the internet are perfectly fine with having their full legal name out there. You know, there are a number of big YouTubers where their YouTube channel is their first name and their last name, but not everybody is like that. Not everybody wants their full legal name floating out in the ether. And Tater Tatiana is one of those people, and she doesn't want her full name out there. Her full name was out there against her will, and that is doxing. They also tried to hire some kind of private investigator to dox another creator called CreepshowArt. They didn't succeed in it. They tried to put out her last name, but it wasn't actually her last name, and the address that they put out wasn't actually her address. So they're not 100% good at doxing people. But the only reason they were able to get Tater Tatiana's last name is that they're actually engaged in a legal battle currently. It's kind of ongoing at the moment. You know, these kinds of things, they take time. That's why they were able to successfully dox Tater Tatiana. Aside from that, they've been illegally copyright striking small channels. One of them was a channel whose name I can't remember at the moment, but I'm gonna put it up here, who is an art YouTuber, and they analyzed one of Lillee Jean's drawings and just gave her suggestions on how she could improve her art, and they took that as fighting words apparently, because they copyright strike that video. They've also copyright striked other smaller channels for just talking about them. I believe these smaller channels have also included pictures or videos of Lillee, which is why they thought they had the ability to copyright strike them, which is why I'm not going to be including any pictures or videos, because I don't want to get copyright striked. Also, Lillee Jean and her mom do happen to be quite racist. So remember when I mentioned fake fan accounts and fake followers? There were a number of these accounts, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, she couldn't make just a regular run-of-the-mill stan account for Lillee, you know, like normal stan accounts are. But they made these fake accounts stereotypes of minorities. There was specifically this one who was a black woman who, you know, said, "Oh, I wish I was as pale as Lillee. My skin is so ugly." There's also some weird fan accounts that were allegedly of people who were gay, and you know, there's a lot of homophobia in the posts from those fan accounts as well. It's a lot there. It's a lot there. My conclusion on all of this, I think a lot of people's questions as for why this all is going on is just, why would you do something like that, you know? Is it because of an inflated sense of self-importance, you know? Does Lillee herself think, I'm just as good as any other model or influencer out there, and I should be where they are, so I'm going to fake my way there, instead of just proving that you're as good as them and doing it organically? Is it because of extreme narcissism? That's probably why. I don't know. I mean, Laur, I'm not gonna go out here, you know, diagnosing people. That's not what I'm trying to do. But, you know, they're very, very self-important. I will say that. Especially Laur. Especially Laur. Another possibility is that Laur is just living vicariously through her daughter. You know, maybe she wanted to be a big shot model when she was younger, and that opportunity passed her by, and now she has an okay looking daughter and can do that through her, you know. It is my personal opinion that Lillee doesn't need to fake things. Like, okay, back in the day when people were first reporting on her, like people like Primink, around the time that video came out, her makeup wasn't that good. It was just okay. It was meh. And her photo taking skills also weren't that good either. But as of, present day, she has gotten better. Like, her makeup has gone from meh to okay. Her photography skills aren't terrible. Maybe she took a couple of Skillshare classes, I don't know. But she's gotten to be not terrible. And, I think she could take the skills that she has now and actually build something off of that. And this isn't to inflate Lillee Jean's ego or anything like that, okay? I still am firmly of the belief that both Lillee Jean and her mother are objectively terrible people. Just the things that they've done and the way they've gone after people, it's bad. It's not good. I don't like them. I don't think they're good at all. But Lillee herself, she's not ugly, She does have a very striking look that I guess people look for in models. I don't know if models being tall is like a thing anymore, but Lillee herself isn't tall. She's like 4'9", which I'm taller than her, which feels weird. But she could be a model. I mean, hey, she's done well enough to grift her way into a couple of magazines now. She could do it legitimately, and I don't know why she doesn't just do that. If you have like a bunch of fake followers, yeah, you got a big number, but the actual amount of people who look at and care about your work is very low. How can we fix this whole situation? And can this whole situation even be fixed, number one? I think Laur, her mother, is kind of a lost cause. She is a fully grown adult. She's been on this earth for several years now. I don't know if she's able to learn from this. I hope she is. I hope she's able to learn and grow from this situation. But honestly, I think it's a lost cause. There's no coming back for Laur. Lillee, on the other hand, she's 19 years old. She's still fairly young. She can learn from all of this that's been going on. I think the first course of action is that she needs to be separate from her mother, because it is of my unprofessional opinion that her mom is really the one who's, putting these ideas in Lillee's head that she's, oh, you're a big time influencer, you're a model, you're all of this, you're all of that, when in reality she's not really. Given their weird close relationship, I doubt that's going to happen. She needs a new manager that also isn't her mom, because her mother is doing an absolutely terrible job of managing her career. Even though that's her job is to manage her career, she's doing a bad job, right? A normal actual manager who has experience doing these things would not be doing all the things that Lillee Jean's mom is doing to try to advance her career. Not everybody can be a momager. Kris Jenner, she has a special skill for that. Laur Trueman does not have that special skill, and she should not be doing that at all. She shouldn't be managing anyone. She can't even manage herself. Why is she managing her daughter? Come on. Secondly, she needs to hire a PR person to somehow rehabilitate her image, because honestly at this point her image is thoroughly tainted. Not enough where she can't get brand deals and grift her way into magazines, but it's getting there. It's certainly getting there. Maybe this PR person can convince her to make an actual heartfelt apology to the people who she's affected, namely Diane, Tater Tatiana, CreepshowArt, and all the other small YouTubers and content creators who have been caught in the crossfire of this. She also should probably join some kind of actual modeling agency. I don't know whether or not joining an agency is pivotal to being a working model these days, but I think it might help, to have or to be a part of something that's actually professional and to learn the ways of how to do that. But like I said, she's honestly too brainwashed by her mom to do any of that, so it's probably not gonna happen. My only hope is that one day when Lillee's older, it's probably gonna be 10 years, 15, maybe 20 years later, she'll realize, all that stuff that she did in her youth was really, really messed up, and hopefully she'll grow to know that that wasn't okay. But considering that she and her mother still have that umbilical cord attached between them, it probably isn't going to happen. Her mom is so completely detrimental to her career, and she just doesn't see that for some reason. I truly think that Lillee does have some potential as a model. I don't know about an actor. I've never seen her act in anything. Honestly, she's probably boo-boo garbage at it. That's just my opinion. But, sitting in front of a camera, she can at least do that fairly well. I just think if she finds actual representation and hires a PR person, she might be able to do that. But as long as her mom is in her life and managing her, that's not gonna happen. So that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed Twitter, and you can donate to me on Ko-fi if you want. That's really all I've got for today. I don't have anything to say at the end of this video, honestly. This is just so sad. You know, it's upsetting. That's all I have to say.